I don't get it, guys. Because it feels like the Pokemon community is upset with the current state of the Pokemon community now more than ever because everything is awful. And I've been saying this for years, that it's only getting worse. I thought the turnaround point was going to be when we exposed Nappy as a pedophile and exiled him from the community, but then he goes and uploads videos and still gets like 10, 20,000 views because he still has supporters even though he groomed minors. But nah, guys, I'm the problem. I'm the problem for talking about and pointing out the problems, like when A-Drive is scamming people. Wow, it's nuts. The problem are the influencers that lie, cheat, and steal, and pretty much every Poketuber is guilty of it, and the simps that defend them. So that's why we have a tweet like this blowing up. Poketubers and their consequences have been disastrous for the Pokemon community. Yes, because there has been a complete refusal to hold anyone accountable except for me, even though I am the most honest and real Poketuber. So, and that, I don't even know. Like, how do we get to this point? That's because we've kicked out legitimacy. It's all about lying, cheating, stealing, ROM hacking, fake leaks, and just nothing real about Pokemon. So, of course, it's going to have disastrous things for the base community. And then it just stops making sense, guys. So we got this. For real, the only Poketuber I watch anymore is Verlisify. Gets ratioed. I haven't clicked on this. I don't even know the replies. We'll get to that later. So, I mean, like, if you stick around for the video, also like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll get around to those, but I need the retention. So, let's see what happens. The only Poketubers I watch anymore are M&J, Pokemon, whoever that is, and Tyrantartube. But those aren't good people, or Poketubers. Tyrantartube is the one that started this entire problem back in 2016 by just clickbaiting fake leaks and putting in fake stuff and like taking fan art and tricking children into thinking it's real and then just covering it nonstop. And even though he's been wrong over 99% of the time, somehow people still believe he has credibility. So then A-Drive just became Tyrantartube 2.0 and then took it to a more extreme level because A-Drive is completely morally bankrupt and an evil person. Like, he scammed with the TCG stuff and only cares about money. Like, he's the greediest person in the Pokemon community. And yet, more support. I don't get it, because that's what happens when you're fake. Mikey's not a good person either. He bullied anyone that called out his crazy ex-girlfriend for all the shenanigans, and it turns out she was crazy, and they broke up. But he also just, like, is completely fake and blatantly violates COPPA by targeting children and then, like, all the reaction faces and just, like, zero value child content. So, I mean, like, yeah, that's why we are in the state, because all it is just fake nonsense, and M&J is also one of the worst offenders of that. And, like I said, so that's, like, the funny thing, where it's, like, Poketubers and their consequences have been disastrous for the Pokemon community, yet we have two of the most disastrous consequence Poketubers that people support here. So, I've been calling it out for years, that we've just let online culture run rampant. We are in a post-fact society. Idiots now get to dictate, you know, ratio and popular opinion, beating out the truth and shit. There's zero self-awareness in the Pokemon community, and it is massively filled with hypocrisy and toxicity, and then we can see that right here, and then 49 likes. So it's like, wait a second. Like, people are on board with this. Everyone agrees. Actually, I haven't even seen any of the quote tweets. What do we got here? And then once again, yo, Unlisted Leaf just got caught in a controversy and then faked quitting because he did the whole YouTuber apology stuff. Like, he made a post, he's like, yeah, man, the hate's too much for me, I'm gonna quit. Has the comeback tour. Because influencers and their BS is so formulaic at this point. Everyone makes fun of it. Everyone makes fun of the fake, teary... Alright, guys. This one's gonna be rough, but I hope you can guys be with me on this one. It's like the dream scenario. The man could not be that lucky, and everyone knew that he faked it except for his idiot fans, and then he comes out, he's like, after like defending it and hiring a lawyer and lying and lying and lying. He is a dishonest person. He deserves none of his success in life because it's all built on lies and faking content. He comes out and like finally admits it after, you know, just for as long as possible trying to get away with it, which just kind of shows he is a bad dude. And that's like, oh, it doesn't matter because he's funny. Like, that's what it ends up boiling down to. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter because they're entertaining. It doesn't matter if they cheat because it's funny. Oh, I don't care about this. It's like, no. The person you are supporting has no morals. They are a bad person. And you can see that through their actions and how they host their content. And that is why everything is getting worse. And that's why Unlisted Leaf tries to just get away with that at the peak of this all TCG bubble madness shenanigans. Munching Orange is cool, but he's sold out by promoting the glitch and cheating in Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl, and then we've talked about Mikey, and there's gonna be more complaints. Only Poketuber I watch Lux to Noggin. He's also, everyone's a problem. Like, that's what you need to know, and if you're a long-time follower of the channel, you know this. Every other Poketuber is a problem, because they just make up shit. Like, all of his theories are just bullshit. Like, they don't do anything to progress Pokemon, they don't do anything to develop Pokemon lore, it's just made up stuff for the clickbait. Oh, Sacred, you're a problem too. You only see these types of rants and remarks on Twitter SMH. I don't know if that's trying to like blow it off, like, yeah, the only people that complain are just like Twitter complaints so they can be dismissed, or if it means like no one's addressing this on YouTube, even though I'm always doing it. So, you know, we need these complaints to get out there so the Pokemon community can get better. But this dude, he was on my side after the whole nappy thing. We talked for a couple of days. Like, we had good conversations. A friendship or an acquaintanceship in the Pokemon community was genuinely developing. We were like, hey, let's do a video. That way we can just kind of like put this discussion into a video format so both of our audiences can see, hey, everyone's cool with each other, and maybe learn something about each other in a just great Pokemon way. My audience received it really well. He folded to the backlash from his audience because he caves into the hate. He caves into the problems of the Pokemon community. He took it down and then lied about it. He's like, well, people in my audience said that you're racist, so I can't have that up. But I just talked with him, and we had a good conversation. We were becoming friends, but apparently that makes me a racist. I don't know. Literally zero proof, like every other accusation against me, but then is a problem because he refuses to make the Pokemon community better. Wolfey VGC carrying. Wolfey VGC, another, like, everyone's the biggest problem as well. He is a complete fraud. His entire fame is built off of cheating as a Pokemon World Champion. He needs to be banned from life for competitive events. His cheating has been that egregious. He has defamed me by lying about getting caught cheating and trying to, like, spin it onto me when there is indisputable proof that Wolf Glick has used hacked Pokemon and deliberately cheats at VGC events because it has been multiple times of being caught with impossible Pokemon. And that's why I'm also upset at the Pokemon community, because the Pokemon community has ruined Pokemon through either hypocrisy or zero self-awareness because everyone's just a manipulated idiot at this point. Let's see what we got. The only Poketubers I'll watch, Max Mofo and Candy Eevee. I can't even disagree with that at this point. I used to watch Mikey, but it feels like every video he has to bring up sexiest Poketuber or whatever. I don't know, dude. He just panders to children. That makes him disgusting anyways. Those challenge videos are the worst. Agreed. There is zero value to 99% of challenge videos. Like, maybe a couple of them are interesting, but then it all just becomes the same thing. Well, technically, Tackle can miss. So if Tackle misses a million times in a row, that means our Magikarp can get to level 15 and learn Tackle, and then we just beat the game by grinding. Like, that's Pokemon. Pokemon is you grind enough, and then you beat the game. Or also some of the other challenge videos, they clickbait you, and it's like, well, it's actually impossible, so let's just hack the game or skip ahead towards possible, but still very difficult, and then show you the method through there. Or maybe there's like something interesting, but if you just know Pokemon, it's actually, again, just completely zero value content. Can I beat Pokemon Ruby using only steel types? Yeah, you can if you're not an idiot and knows the game like the back of your hand. Which you do because you're a Pokemon YouTuber. Nuzlocke's only difficult if you've never played the game. And that's the thing, like, it's just idiot children. Like, lowest common denominator content has succeeded because that's what the internet has become with, like, TikTok culture. And again, just people refusing any kind of reality or responsibility these days. And then Nuzlocke can still be difficult, so an idiot pops in defending the shit that's ruining the community because there's zero awareness, even though they are on this thread. A few bad apples at most. 98% are good people. No, it's the other way around. 98% are bad people. Just complete scumbags, liars, cheaters, stealers, frauds. You should know this. The bad 2% get covered more because our lizard brains like drama, makes it seem worse than it actually is. No, no, no. Like, you're just an idiot in denial at that point because it's been getting worse and worse and worse. And it seems like everyone's complaining more and more about how bad the Pokemon community is, but then nothing ever wants to do anything. And of course, the content creators don't want to do anything because they are milking it up right now. I've pretty much said the only way the Pokemon community can get better at this point is if YouTube takes hard action. Like, someone at YouTube needs to understand how much fraudulent child targeting behavior is coming in. Like, after the whole unlisted leaf scamming, or just anything involving the Pokemon TCG at this point is ripping off children, at best. or an actual scam at worst, and in the case of Unlisted Leaf's thing, puts you in danger by getting you doxxed on your address and your shipping info to where people can reroute your package and then you just lose that money because everything is so carelessly done since it's all about the greed. But it's also not just like the new TCG blow-up. It's been bad for years, like I said, going back to 2016 with all the clickbait and fake information that should be against YouTube TOS. But since YouTube doesn't enforce it, everyone just tries to get away with it because they know that's where all the money is, in lying, in deliberately putting out fake leaks and false information, which are indefensible. But it's about the discussion. They don't say that. They don't make it about the discussion. Because if they did, they know they'd get less views because it's not as interesting as putting in, this is a leak, trying to give it fake credibility it doesn't have, and then putting in a fake Pokemon in the thumbnail, or trying to insinuate something that is just completely fake. But that is bad actor behavior that YouTube should punish, but also just child targeting. Here's A-Drive's channel description from before the whole Copa thing. Family, kid-friendly Pokemon Let's Player. And that was like almost to the letter of what YouTube said they were trying to get rid of. So naturally, if you go there now, he removed it because he doesn't want to get fined or stopped by Copa or anything, but his content hasn't changed. If anything, it's become more child targeted because it still prints money. And this is why the Pokemon community keeps on getting worse, because the content creators are greedy and they disgustingly target children, and then they just make all the fake content because no one's holding them accountable, and then their audiences just keep on supporting it. It's also funny because I hear like just, yeah, screw A-Drive more than ever now, but his channel is as big as ever because the YouTube algorithm, and it's just promoting this. It just kind of shows like how screwed up the YouTube algorithm is right now and why it's making everything worse. It's kind of like the whole Elsagate scenario where we realize what's being served to children, how they're being targeted, and that's why the whole Copa thing happened. But it seems like YouTube just kind of like put a front up like, hey, we'll take care of this kind of, and they didn't actually truly enforce it, but it was enough to make the government go, yeah, we're busy with other crap right now, so good enough for us. Like, until serious action is taken, the Pokemon community is not going to get any better because this behavior from the content creators is just going to keep getting, like, they're just going to keep getting away with it, and it's awful. At this point, I almost exclusively watch Wolfglick, False Swipe Gaming, two massive frauds, sprinkle in with some Tyranitar. You are the problem. You are the problem. Yet here you are trying to make a comment supporting the original post, where it's like, yeah, man, Poketubers and their consequences have been disastrous. Yeah, man, the consequences have been so bad, I only watch these most consequential creators. And then we can go into the replies and see the same thing. Wolf has definitely become my favorite, but he's literally a proven liar, cheater, and stealer, because by cheating at the events and disadvantaging legitimate players, he has stolen potentially like $100,000 from the Pokemon community in prize money. But I guess that's just a good person. As you can see, these are adults in the bio. So the issue isn't only children, but the children help kind of fuel this because you make child targeting content. And like with Wolfglick doing his ROM hacks and randomizers, that's just kind of going to get fluffed up too as well. So that happens and everyone just stumbles into it, and then YouTube just mass promotes that to anyone. So everyone is a problem in the Pokemon community, and they're too stupid to see that, or they are just bad people as well. Like, to support Wolfglick, you have to be a bad person, objectively, because you are supporting one of the most egregious liars, cheaters, and stealers in the Pokemon community, and then people turn around and wonder why Poketubers have become so disastrous for the Pokemon community. And then you find the people in the replies saying, I only watch this person who is clearly one of the problems that's created all of these disastrous consequences for the community. So, for real, the only Poketuber I watch anymore is Verlisify. That is absolutely the worst of all of them by far. Examples, please. Oh, wait, you never have any of them. Raise your standards. How or why? Verlisify is the worst non-pedo Pokemon content creator. The crazy thing is, there's been like dozens of pedos that are influencers or content creators in the Pokemon community that's come out. So that actually puts me pretty high up on the list. But like, again, these are the brainwashed idiots that are contributing to the problem. They are here in this discussion because they agree with this, and then they are upset at the only person that's been trying to identify and address these problems and make Pokemon better. I am the only Poketuber that has actively tried to make the Pokemon community better, but then these people are just so against it because they are the problem. They're brainwashed, and this is why Pokemon will never gain better. Like, you see a discussion like this and you have hope. Like, oh man, that's a lot of engagement. That's a lot of traction. Maybe people are catching on. But then you get into the comments, you realize, like, nah, Pokemon community is too toxic. And again, it's going to take, like, external hard action to change that. And then it's just crazy how many people are committed to the lies and BS about me. Where do 210 idiots just manifest in this thread? I don't get it. You're joking, right? Or do you not know about the plagiarism? Lie, proven. He's done in his vids. It's okay if you don't. Just want to make you aware. And that is actual mental illness. That is actual derangement. When you just come in like, just want to inform you about this. You know, you might want to know, and then just goes into lies. So enlighten me. And their proof is the Newsweek article that has nothing accurate about me. He has multiple clickbait videos. Really? Just multiple? That's one of the bars of justifying hating someone when every other Poketuber has clickbaited more than me. I still stand by that I'm an honest person, and because of that, I haven't clickbaited because I don't like misinform or lie or doing that clickbait. I make enticing thumbnails. There's a difference between false information to get people to click onto a video and making something attractive. The only true definition of clickbait is to mislead or misrepresent through the title or thumbnail of a video or article or all stuff like that. But even that's like, okay, multiple. So even if I have a few clickbait videos, every other Poketuber has more than me, so then they should be canceled too, I guess not. And there was a couple of times where he flat out stole Poketips content. Never once. How is this lie still pushed so many years later? I literally did the method he accused me of stealing in the video the day before his video came out. But yeah, any grounded person with an IQ above room temperature knows that the Newsweek article is a hit piece full of bullshit and doesn't get anything right about me. But here we are, all these years later, still going on with the nonsense. And yeah, like I said, like that's why things will never get better. Like, just when you think the Pokemon community might have a moment of self-awareness. Like, again, I thought it was going to be the nappy thing. I thought there was a couple times before then where it's like, yo, Wolf Glick, dead to rights, pinned 100 confirmed as a cheater. Nah, no care? That should tell you everything you need to know about why Pokemon has become the worst gaming community out there, and everyone just, like, keeps on complaining, and the Pokemon community keeps dying more and more, and it's baffling because this is Pokemon, the ubiquitous kids game that everyone loves, but it's actually just a place filled with evil, greed, and lies and nonsense. And like, yeah, again, just when you think like maybe something's going to come out of it, nah, people just choose to be ill, and that's just the online culture as well. So like I said, normally this was things where it's like, normally I say I hope you guys enjoy the video and all that stuff, but there's none to enjoy here. Everything is still terrible.